Welcome back to another episode of Consciously Clueless. You're here because you want to learn about how to live a healthier life, how to live more sustainably, how to take your everyday actions and make them work for you and the planet. Sometimes it might feel like you've got this figured out, and other times you probably feel lost. That's why I'm here. Together, we will learn how to live happier, healthier lives without the need to be perfect, and always allowing space for a little cluelessness on this journey to living a more conscious life. Here we go. This podcast is supported by Will's Vegan Store. Will's Vegan Store has been a vegan company at the front of vegan clothing and sustainable fashion since they launched in 2013 by their founder, Will Green. They produce the most beautiful, vegan, sustainably made shoes, clothing, and accessories. I have been obsessed with this brand for years now. They were one of the first vegan brands that I really made the switch to. It can be hard to thrift shoes, but I love knowing that if I'm going to purchase a pair of shoes from Will's Vegan Store, they are going to be ethically made, their workers are protected, they don't use plastic packaging, they're delivered in an environmentally friendly way. It's truly the most amazing company to support. So if you're ready to try them yourself, hit the link in the show notes so they know that I sent you. So let's be honest. We're all on our phones a lot. I will personally admit I am on my phone more than I would like to be. It is a constant thing that's in the back of my mind that I'm like, yeah, that's probably something I should check in about. That being said, since we're on our phones all the time, or often at least have them near us, let's talk about ways to make it work for us. As much as it can be harmful to be on your phone too much, or to be on apps too much, or whatever it is, there's a lot of really cool ways to use your phone through just the apps that your phone comes with, or through apps that you can download to make your life easier and to live a little healthier. So I'm going to share my 5 top apps that I use to live a healthier daily life, because when you are taking care of yourself daily and you are doing things that is a routine or a ritual that makes you take care of yourself, then you can show up for all these other things we talk about, right? If you want to take care of the world, if you want to talk about sustainability or fast fashion or the climate crisis or animal activism or blah, 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 you have to be healthy yourself. So let's talk today a little bit more local, a little bit more individual on how you can take care of yourself using your phone. My number one app recommendation, this is probably my number one app recommendation to anybody, is Insight Timer. This has literally just been a game changer for me. I tried quite a few different meditation apps. There's different free trials for all the other popular ones as well. Everyone that uses an app like this really has their favorite, but Insight Timer is mine. And where do I even start with my love for them? It's really what helped me start to meditate consistently. So that's probably one of the reasons I love it. But not only do they have different meditations, they have music, they have guided talks and conversations, they have live classes and meditations. So they're just always expanding what they're doing just through the app. And most of this stuff is free. You can pay for more, but the free things you can get from this app are truly amazing, that so many of the other meditation apps, in my experience, you have to pay even just to get some of that basic stuff. So Insight Timer is a game changer. I use it at least once a day. Oftentimes I use it to help calm my mind and my anxiety as I'm falling asleep. So I'll listen to like a sleep meditation, and helping with my sleep and helping with my mindfulness is just such a crucial way of taking care of myself. I really underestimated it for such a long time, but being able to do all the other things I want to do, I gotta have my mind right. So Insight Timer is number one for sure. Always, always, always. The second one is going to feel like a bit of a cop-out, but stick with me. It's really just your alarm app. So I don't care if you're on a Droid or an iPhone or whatever option there is, it comes with some version of a clock, timer, alarm app. So, of course, you can use that for, setting an alarm. But what I like to use it for is setting daily reminders that cause me to take a breath or literally take a breather or walk around or whatever it is. So I have an iPhone and you can go in and when you set an alarm, you can name the alarm. So I have a couple different alarms that go off throughout the day that I will sometimes change the time of just depending on what's going on, but typically they just go off every single day. I think one right now is at 11:11 and one's at 3:33 because I like numbers. But I have them go off every day and one of them just says something about remembering that the physical is just an illusion. So that's like, to me, if you believe in manifesting, creating your own reality, that is just this reminder of like, yeah, I get to create this reality I'm living in. Let me take a breather and see if I'm creating the reality I want. If yours says get up and move your ass around for 5 minutes, that's great too. It doesn't have to sound like a manifesting like mumbo jumbo if that didn't make sense. But the idea is set a few couple daily alarms that either say, hey, move. Hey, take a deep breath. Hey, you're fucking awesome and you just needed a reminder. Because pulling yourself out of whatever daily task that you're kind of in, that like route response to that you're not really paying attention, or maybe you're out and you're having a stressful moment. I've had these alarms go off at some like ironically stressful times where I'm like, oh yeah, this is a great reminder. So I totally recommend setting random alarms on your phone for whatever reasons feel like they would be good to you, to just use as a check-in for yourself, that you don't have to like remember to journal or remember to do this. It's literally an alarm that'll go off on your phone every day without you having to worry about it. So I know that's a cop-out, but it really is one of my top apps and one of my top tips. I talked about doing that in a past episode about 4 daily manifesting tips. That is one of my biggest ones. The next app is called Todoist. So I am a bit of a junkie for organization. I don't even know at this point how many different apps, like to-do list apps or productivity apps or whatever else I have tried over the last few years. I mean, it's in the dozens, I bet, at this point. I have tried so many, and some of them were like, yeah, this will work, and then kind of didn't have everything I needed. Some of them weren't user-friendly, just, all of the things. But this one has been a game changer for me as well. So it is basically a to-do list, but a really smart to-do list where you have all these different projects, links to my calendar so I can see what's on my to-do list for my calendar that day, just like on my Gmail calendar. I can go in either on the app on my phone or on my computer and really write like detailed subtasks for everything. So like every week I have a reminder pop up that is podcast episode release, and it has 6 or 7 things I have to make sure I need to do every week for the release of the episode. And I just have that there no matter what. Every Wednesday, it pops up for me in the morning so I can double check that I've done everything. And it has seriously been so nice having it on my phone, having it on my computer, having it synced to my calendar. It is really helping me stay focused and stay on task. And when I stay on task and I stay focused and I get things done, I feel so much better. I have other time and space in my day to do things that maybe aren't as fun as the things that are on your to-do list sometimes, but that matter. And it has really been helpful for me to just maintain some mental clarity. So far what I'm realizing for me, staying healthy is pretty much all about my mental state, because the first 3 are totally to do with that, which makes sense, right? It's such a starting point for the health and overall well-being of our bodies. This podcast is supported by Parade Underwear. Parade believes that the materials that touch your skin should be as comfortable as possible, wherever life takes you. That's why their styles come in a large range of fabrics, from seamless universal that disappears under clothes to cozy waffles plush comfort that keep you comfy on every occasion. Parade understands that everyone deserves to express themselves however they choose, because we're all unique. And Parade knows that there's no parade without our planet. They strive to make all of their products from reclaimed, recycled, responsible, renewable, or regenerative materials. This is really a win-win-win. I love Parade. I've been wearing them for a while now, and I can't recommend them enough. And of course, we love the mission. Use code consciously.carly for 20% off your first order. That's consciously.carly, consciously.carly. Enjoy your new undie. The next app I want to talk about, in kind of keeping with this, how to keep ourselves healthy on the daily, is Daily Dozen. So Michael Greger is a vegan doctor who wrote How Not to Die. It's a really jam-packed nutritional book all about why plant-based diets are supreme for health. He created this app called the Daily Dozen, which is literally just like this check mark system to see if you're getting all the servings of your major food groups. Now, if you are someone who has dealt with disordered eating in the past, or this feels like triggering, like tracking your food wouldn't be a healthy choice for you, totally don't download this app. It's not for you. But since it's all plant-based, if you are newer to eating plant-based, or like me, if you've been plant-based for a few years, but once in a while just need to kind of double check that you're on track and you're hitting your major groups, like check in with yourself, it's a really cool, simple app that also it can expand and you get more information about different ingredients and different food. And it's just really user-friendly. So that's a really good one to help you kind of stay healthy in this daily keeping track of what's going on mentally and physically for your body. So the final app is kind of like the 2.0 of the Daily Dozen. So Chronometer. Again, if you've had a past with disordered eating, like this isn't the journey for you, but if you are someone who is in a space to do this and you want to really keep track of your food, this is a cool tool to use. Now, I don't think you need to track your nutrition and food just because. I did a whole episode about this, that being plant-based or being vegan does not mean that you have to track your food. However, it can be a helpful thing to do sometimes, again, when you are checking, like, am I getting enough vitamin C? Am I getting enough fruits? Am I getting enough, whatever it is. This one is actually more detailed, so you can enter all the food you're eating, and instead of just a checklist, it's going to show you what percentage of it was protein, what percentage of it was this, and it'll keep track of your daily count. And again, this one is plant-based as well, so you can type in like a vegan brand, like Miyoko's cream cheese, that you put on your bagel, and it'll tell you the serving size, and then also like the calories, the makeup, what that gave you for your daily nutrition and all that. So if you are needing to check in on your levels, or if you're feeling like not feeling very well and you're like, maybe I should check in and track my food for a couple days and make sure I'm good, this is a really cool tool to do it, because you don't need to be a professional nutritionist to enter information or to know, because it's doing it all for you. You don't have to like learn how to track macro and micro or whatever else. Like, this will just do it for you and then give you this map at the end of the day and be like, oh yeah, okay, I'm low on this, I'm doing good on this. And it's just like a really good check-in for yourself. So those are 5 apps that I would suggest you utilize if you are trying to live a healthier life in your mental health, in your physical health, with nutrition, whatever it is. If we're going to be on our phones all the time, we might as well make them work for us and make them help us to live better lives. Are there any apps that you use daily that you're like, this is a game changer for my health? I can't believe you didn't talk about this, because I totally want to hear about it. Maybe there's some new apps I need to learn about, and then I can do a follow-up. So let me know if I missed any good ones. Thanks for listening to another episode of Consciously Clueless. If you're enjoying this podcast, please subscribe, share with your friends, put it on social media. Don't forget to tag me. If you're on Apple Podcasts or Good Pods, leave a review. Reviews and shares help more people to see the podcast and join in on the fun. If you want to make sure to stay up to date on future episodes, follow me at Consciously Carly on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, or Pinterest, and head to consciouslycarly.com to sign up for the newsletter. Ready for more conscious living content? Check out patreon.com/consciouslycarly and join the exclusive community over there. And finally, if you're ready to take better care of yourself and the world, let's work together. Click the link in the show notes to head to the website, find out more, and schedule a free discovery call with me. Chat soon!